You've called yourself lazy more times than you can count. The assignment you didn't start until midnight. The gym plan you made and never opened again. The message you've had typed out for 3 days and still haven't sent. Somewhere along the way, you decided that's just who you are. Lazy, undisciplined, broken in some way other people aren't. But here's what nobody told you. Your brain has never once, in your entire life, made you avoid something because it was lazy. Laziness isn't a real mechanism. It's not how brains work. There is no lazy switch in your head. So if that's not what's happening, what actually is? What if the thing you've been calling laziness is actually the most efficient survival system in the human body, working exactly as designed, just aimed at the wrong target? Let's start with what your brain is actually built to do. Not to make you productive, not to help you hit deadlines. Its one job, above everything else, is to keep you alive. And it doesn't distinguish well between physical threats and emotional ones. To a brain built for survival, walking into a room full of lions and opening an email that might contain criticism can trigger something disturbingly similar. Which is exactly why the moment you sit down to start that assignment, send that message, or open that gym app, your brain isn't asking, is this good for me long term? It's asking one question instantly beneath your conscious awareness. Is this safe? And for a huge number of the tasks you avoid, the honest answer your brain gives itself is no. Now here's where it gets interesting. You'd expect the tasks people avoid most to be the hardest ones, the most complicated, the most time-consuming. They're not. The tasks you avoid the most are usually the ones that matter to you the most. Not the busy work, not the meaningless stuff. The task connected to the identity you're most afraid of failing at. The message to the person whose opinion of you actually matters. The business idea you actually care about, not the side project you don't. Here's why that tracks once you see it. If a task is meaningless to you, failing at it costs nothing. Your brain doesn't flag it. But the moment something is tied to your self-worth, the moment failure would mean something about who you are, your brain treats it like danger. Not because you're weak, because your brain is protecting the most vulnerable part of you, your sense of self. That's not laziness. That's your nervous system standing in front of the one thing that could hurt you, saying, not today. But here's the problem with that protection. It doesn't actually protect you. It just delays the moment of truth and adds shame on top of it. Because now you're not just avoiding the task, you're avoiding it and calling yourself lazy for avoiding it. Which means every time you procrastinate, you're not just failing to start, you're building evidence for a story that says something is wrong with you. And that story is the actual danger, not the task. So what does this change? It means the fix was never just try harder. Willpower was never the missing ingredient, because you were never lazy in the first place. You were afraid, and your body did exactly what fear tells it to do. Freeze, avoid, delay. The real fix isn't discipline. It's addressing the fear directly. Ask yourself, honestly, the next time you're avoiding something, what does starting this make me risk? Not logically, emotionally. Is it the risk of finding out you're not good enough? The risk of being seen and judged? The risk of trying and still falling short? Once you name the actual fear, the avoidance usually loses its grip, because you're no longer fighting an invisible force. You're just facing a fear, which is something you already know how to do. So the next time you catch yourself stuck, not starting, staring at the thing you keep putting off, don't ask, why am I so lazy? Ask, what am I actually afraid of right now? That single question will tell you more about yourself than years of self-criticism ever did. If this reframes something for you, you're going to want to see the next one, because laziness isn't the only thing you've been told wrong about yourself. Subscribe.